going to be using the rail board. You guys are all familiar with the rail board. Hi, everybody. Hi, Diane. How are you? We're going to be using the rail board. We are also going to be using this plastic container from the Dollar Tree, or from the $1.25 tree. They should call it the $1.25 tree now, and that's what we've got. We've also got some foam here. Now, this was a big block of foam. Hey there, Tina. Thanks for joining me. This was a big block of foam that I cut into pieces so that it would fit into my plastic container. So you're going to need either one big block to cut up or a couple of smaller blocks to cut up, okay? I've got some skewers here because I think I'm going to need those. I didn't put these in my description, you guys. I didn't put those in my description, but I did put the foam in there. And we've got some florals. So we've got these florals that we're gonna do Patriotic. Now I know I'm a day or two behind here, you guys, but I had this planned out now for a while. So I wanted to do it because we do have other holidays coming up. We have the 4th of July coming, and you can use these patriotic things for, you know, the list is yay long for patriotic holidays. So you can use these a lot. So this is from Hobby Lobby. Just, these are really, really nice. And we got these. These are just the same. These are the same flower, just about. These are also from Hobby Lobby, so they got them in red and blue. I thought they would be beautifulness. Hi, Diane. And I have various other greenery here, you guys. I have these here. I thought these were. I've had these for years, actually, and I got them on Amazon. They are patriotic roses. And I thought maybe I could slide some of these in tonight's arrangement. We'll have to see how that goes. But I just wanted to let you know these are from Amazon. And then these came from Hobby Lobby. I didn't put these in the description either. I'm so sorry. But these did come from Hobby Lobby, you guys. But you can use whatever you have, any kind of white, yellow flower. And I think the reason I did not put these in the description, because I'm still unsure if I'm going to use them. I pulled all this stuff just in case, you know, you might need a little white and it might need a little yellow. So I did pull these just in case I want to use these. And these are of my own stash. These were also Hobby Lobby's, a little yellow. Not sure if I'm going to use them, but they're here. I can give you the SKU number on this is 1888627 from Hobby Lobby. And I'll give you the SKU on these two just in case you all want to get them. They're 346510 from Hobby Lobby. Let's see, what else have I got here? Y'all, then I'm thinking of it. I didn't add a lot of stuff on my description. I just added the main flowers. What's wrong with me? Anyway, these I've had for a long time, and I did get these at Hobby Lobby as well. I can go back and maybe edit the description. I'm not sure. 726505. This is just some grass. And these are, these all have, you can remove some of this grass to make it as thick or as thin as you want. So we might be using some of these. Thank you, Miss Tina. Oh, and I'll give you the thing on this as well. This one is 7265. Did I say that? 505? 726505. Did I just repeat myself? I might have. And that's kind of it. And then I just have these. I didn't put these. These are things I've had for forever, you guys. Literally. I think Hobby Lobby does sell some of these. I didn't really shop for these. This says Simply Spring, so I don't think this was Hobby Lobby. This might have been like a Joann's or something. But you can get these little picks in any of your craft stores, all right? So we're just probably going to use some of these guys as well. But honestly, I'm just going to see how I can put this together. I'm just going to kind of go with one thing at a time and put it together and see what we use. So I'm going to grab one of my little drinks here. Hang on. All right. So what else you're going to need? I'm going to use a wood burning tool. You can also use a drill if you want to drill. But we're going to be drilling or hot gluing this. Not hot gluing, but hot tooling this. So I would think if you used a drill on something plastic like this that it would crack it. So that's why we're going to use the hot tool you'll see what we're going to do. All right, so the first thing you're going to want is to get your rectangle board out. All right, you're going to just need one rectangle board, you guys, and I'll take you through this. So my goal here is to have this on the back of this, and then we are going to make our floral arrangement in here, and we're going to be covering this all up with flowers and greenery, so you won't be able to see this. And then this will easily hang on a wall or a door. Okay, so the first thing that I did is you want these to be, you want to sit this down and then set that down flush against it. Okay, so we want this to sit flush against this. And you want to kind of center it, right? I don't want it off center. I don't want it off center like that. I need it to be centered. Okay, so I'm going to take it down like that. And you're going to grab yourself, I would say, a marker, some sort of marker that will, that you can see through here. This is, obviously you can see through this. So that we're going to use this marker. And I'm going to use the marker to mark a couple of spots in here where I can use my hot tool to make a couple of holes so that I can zip tie this to this. That's my goal here, okay? So I've got these two flush. I'm just going to use this green marker that I have here, and I'm going to glue, I'm not going to glue. I'm going to make a couple marks right here where I want to put my hot tool. So, and then I'll show you afterwards where I put it. Okay, so I've got marks up here and down here, and that's where I'm going to pierce with my hot tool. You guys probably can't see that, but I've got, can you see the green right there? You can't. But there is two spots here where I'm going to put my hot tool. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to pierce this, okay? And it works really well. So there's one. I'm trying to do it sideways so you can see what it's doing. All right, so we got two holes there. All right, and then I'm going to come down here and do these holes. Okay, so we've got 4 holes, and now I'm going to take this. You can see it's smoking. So what I would suggest is get a fan, you guys, or a mask or something, so that you don't have to breathe all of these things. I'm going to shut this down now so that I don't get burned. And I'm going to put it over there so it can cool off by itself. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to this. Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. So you're going to need a couple of zip ties, which I have here. All right, so we're going to have a couple of zip ties. Oopsie. And the zip ties will line up, they'll line up with the holes that I just put in here, okay? So there's our holes, and we're going to just line this up. So you want to set that down on the table, and then feed your zip tie through here. All right, and I'm going to lay it down so that it's easier for me, right? So it's easier for me to hook this zip tie in here. All right, so I just zip tied that in there. And that is row F. That's row F that I have it on. And I'm going to do the same thing to these holes down here, right here, and I'm going to put a zip tie in there. Now this one's a little trickier, but it's not impossible to do. Okay, so lay that down, and then we can just zip tie this right in here. All right, and if you have a pair of tweezers here, of these guys, you can use these. All right, and tighten that right down, right? And then just take this, cut these down, just like that, and there we go. So we have this all set. So now we can start doing, we're gonna cover the outside of this with some thick twine, you guys. And I got mine at Hobby Lobby a long time ago, but you can use the Dollar Tree stuff or whatever it is that you want. So I'm going to show you how I did this. All right, let me get my glue gun right here. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what I did. I used this thicker twine right here. And I got the paper was already off it, you guys. So I don't know how thick it is. But I would say the thicker the better. If you can get it thicker than this, I would do it. It will make your life a little bit easier. But it's going to end up looking like this. So let me show you how I did it. We'll start this other one with the other end of this twine. Okay, so what I did is I just started on one side. I started on one side of this and I glued. Actually, I probably started on the back. I think I'm going to start it actually on the back. So I'm going to give this a little glue. And then you're going to just put that on here like that, right? And then start gluing this all the way around. I even put my glue in here because I wanted to define these inner spaces here a little bit. See how I kind of indented this just a little bit in here? Instead of making it flush all the way around, I indented a little. You can make it flush all the way around or indent it, whatever you want to do. So I just took this and then I glued here as well, down at the bottom of here, and onto the very bottom of my plastic, right? And then I took my finger. You might want to get one of those finger cut things so you don't burn yourself. And then I indented that in there and stuck this down like that. See how I did that? Hey everybody. Hey Jessica. See how I did that? And then you're just going to continue to take this and wrap it all the way around. All the way around this. Going. I'll do a couple rows for you, then we'll finish what I had started. And again, I'm going to glue right down into there. And I take my finger and push it right down in here, right? I'm pushing it right in that corner there and then bringing it around. To there, all right? And then you're gonna just sneak up and start a second row all the way around this plastic container until it looks similar to this. All right, I didn't figure that you guys would want to see me wrap this around for an hour, so I completed most of this. We're just going to finish this top part row here, okay? So that's how I started this whole thing. And now we're going to finish the one that I started, okay? All right, so we got this little part here left to do. So let's continue with our glue. All right. And then just, right, I try to make sure that these are close together, right, as the best you can. You're not going to be able to see the green. You're not going to be able to see the foam in there anyway, so even if there were a little space in here, you'll be okay. You don't have to get too antsy-pantsy about it, right? And that's how I'm starting this whole thing, or finishing up this whole thing again, going in here into this little space in here, right? Going into that little space right there and around the back. And I'm just making sure that these are close together. Now it doesn't always come out even. Hi there, Christina. It doesn't always come out even, you guys, because this twine, it has thinner pieces and thicker pieces, right? So that's why there's a dip here, because, you know, some of these are thicker parts of the twine and some of them are thinner parts of the twine. See the dip? So you can have this big fat piece of twine here and then a little skinnier piece of twine down here. So it's not going to be perfect. This is meant to be just a little bit rustic. The arrangement that we're going to do today is just a little bit rustic. So this is going to be perfect for what I'm looking to do, okay? Hey there, Karen, how are you? Let's bring you guys in so you can see what I'm doing, right? I'll bring the camera down just a little bit more so you can see. And we're just going to kind of go around like this. So at the corner here, I'm already at the top of this. So I'm going to have to figure it out as I go around here, okay? And then we're going to put a nice flower arrangement in this, and it's going to hang beautifully because we have this beautiful piece back here to help us hang, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hang my arrangement because there's nothing to hold this plastic with, right? And just press that down, and it's okay. It has a little glue on it. It's all right. You can get some foam stars and decorate this or whatever you want to do. Hey there, Brushes and Stamps. How are you? All right, so we're at the end here. I'm at the end here, and this is going to be probably the last one for here, for right there. All right, I've got it pretty much to the tippy top there, so I'm pretty happy with that. The flowers are going to cover all this edge up anyhow, so I'm not antsy-pantsy about that. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to actually bring it around a little bit on the back so it has a good place to end, right? You want it to end in a good spot. So I'm going to end that right there. Okay, and let's see what we have. Maybe I'll end it over here. I might have to. I'm going to do one more row over here because you can see I got one more spot to go. One more. Bring it down and around. That. And the front needs a little bit more right here. There we go. All right, so now I can probably end this. Even though I have a spot here that's not fully covered, you guys, I'm going to cover that up with florals. I'm not worried about it, okay? So I am going to take this and maybe bring it to the side and end it. So I'm going to cut it off. Just like that. All right, so that's what we have so far. That's what we have. All right, and it started like this, right? It started just like this, and we wrapped our twine all the way around it until we got to the top, and that's what we're left with, okay? So that's going to be our base for our floral arrangement. That's going to be our base for our floral arrangement. Anybody have any questions? Let's see. Hi, everybody. How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? How come there's only 19 people on tonight? What's up with that? Huh? Only 19 people. That's a little odd. Okay, so then I said you're going to need some of these, right? You're going to need these foam pieces because we need to put some foam down in here so that we can put our floral arrangement in there, right? That's probably what we're going to do next. So you're just going to have to, what I did is I put the bottom of this on top of a piece here, and then I marked around it. Oh, I'm showing 75. Are you? Maybe I'm just lagging here. Okay, 75. You're right. Thank you. Yep, you are. We are showing 75. Thank you. Thanks, Bev. So I just put it here, and then I marked it, and then I cut around it for the bottom piece because you're going to need a thinner piece on the bottom because this graduates up the top, right? So this is smaller up here, wider up here, so you're going to need a smaller piece down here. Yep, there is 75. Thank you. There is. I must not have refreshed that. I needed to refresh it. So I'm just going to take a piece here and put it on the bottom. I am going to glue this to the bottom. I am going to glue this right down to the bottom, you guys. All right. And I'm just going to drop it down in there. Right? Just drop that right down in there. And then I'm going to take another piece and put it right on top of it like that. All right, now it should be a little wider. I'd like it just a little wider if I could. Let's see. Yeah, that's not really wide. How about this one? Yeah, that's probably going to work. Let's take this out of here. So, what you can also do, actually what I'm going to do is put this in here. I am going to put the smaller piece in there, you guys. Stick that in there. Because my florals are not going to go way down to the bottom of this anyways, you guys. My stem is not going to go way down here. It's probably going to go to about here. So this will be my biggest piece on top. So that's why we need our widest piece on top. Let me grab another glue stick. It really was kind of a, you know, trial and error for cutting these down. You know, you cut them down a little bit, then you see if they fit. You cut them down a little bit, and you see if they fit. It's that type of deal. I'm just going to give that a good glue. And that baby's going right down in here, right on like that. Just like that. And that's as far as I'm going to put that, all right? I'm not going to fill these up to the top. I'm going to leave, probably if that's about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches there, like that. All right, so that's that. So now we're all set, right? We stand up nicely. We're all set now to fill this up. So this will be able to hang on a door, because we're going to put a hanger up here. So this will be able to hang on a door or a wall, or it'll be able to sit. All right, whichever we think we want to do. Alrighty, so let's start with, I want this to be kind of whimsical. I also had this florals here, and I'm not sure which one I wanted to use. It's between these two, or I might use a little bit of each. I'm not sure. I really love this. We're going to use this. I love this grassy stuff. So I'm just going to start taking some pieces off here. And I am going to end up taking some of these off the strand because there's too many on here for me. All right. So I'm going to clip these down, clip these off. Ugh. And I need my weedies. Come on, weedies. Come on, weedies. All right. So you can see here that I can take some of these off, which I'm going to do. So if you take this top off, they'll come off the bottom and the top. Kind of gives me a stem, right? I'll keep that there. I think I'll keep that just like that, and that's going to go up just like that, right? So all of these pieces that I just took off, I'm going to save these because what I can do next is out of my spare pieces here, I can make another one of these out of these if I want to. So I'm going to set those aside in case I want to. And then I'm just going to start cutting these up so that we can start using them. Okay? They don't have a huge base on them. And we might be mixing some greenery here. I'm not sure if I'm going to mix it or not. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I'm just going to take the ones that I have and just make myself a little stem here. Push these up as far as they'll go. See how pretty these are? So this is a little shorter, this is a little longer. The longer one's going to need to go in the back. And then we got another little shorter one here with kind of a lot of the lime greens. We got a little bit of a lime green and a darker green here, which I really love because I like the contrast of the two of these. So let's see if we can get one more out of here. And then we'll decide how many it is that I think that I need. Okay. There's that. I'm probably going to need a whole bunch more. Again, this one's from Hobby Lobby, and it's 726505. 726505 on this one. It's just kind of a fun greenery, you guys, because it looks like grass. It's flowy, and I really, really like that. Okay, I just need enough of a stem to put down in our bucket. All right, so let's start with these, and we're just going to keep building, right? The object here is just to keep building. I'm going to start with my taller ones in the back. All righty. So let's give it a little, oops, ooh, this one's oozing the glue. Let's get this out of here and stick these up in the back. Because remember, we have to cover this up, right? And we're going to cover that up for sure. There's one, and then I'm going to have another one over here. I kind of want this to be a sea of greenery, and then in between all this greenery, I want to put my flowers, all right? So we're going to have, this is a shorter, well, this has got pretty long ones up the back. We'll stick another one in the middle, up maybe in here, here, here. Let's see, I kind of want a longer one, so I'm going to do me another long one. Just the long ones to stick up the back, right? And then once I get most of my greenery in, that's when I'll come in and I will put some florals. I like to do the greenery first, and then I like to do the florals. So there's our greenery in the back. And you're like, well, Miss Kathy, we can still see the board. I know you can, but we're going to fix that later. All right, now I'm going to come in with these little ones. And these will bend. These will bend out. Well, this looks really, that's pretty thick. Right? Pretty whimsical there, right? I'm going to take these tall ones off because I'm going to move to the front of this now, and I just want this little greenery in there. So I'm going to take my tall ones out, and I'm just going to use these for right now. I want to put these kind of in the front like that. All right. I'm going to do one more over here. And I'm going to take these tall ones off again so I can just use the little ones up front. And I have a whole bunch of these that we can use now for something else because we've taken a whole bunch of these off. So I can take these all and make another one if I want to. Okay. And I'm just going to angle them down like that so that everything's kind of spread out. Now, for now, this is what I'm going to use. All right, for now, this is what I'm going to use. Now, as we get further into our design, I'll be filling in with some more greenery for this, all right? But right now, I'm just going to go with what we have right here for now. You don't have to use all your greenery at once, you guys. You can wait until you add your flowers or your focal point or whatever you want to do, and then come back in and add things as need be, okay? So these are going to be our, like we showed these earlier, these are going to be our focal points. These flowers right here, I love them. Again, from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to cut myself a few of these off. And I'm going to leave them. These come with leaves. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the leaf or not. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to, and I'm going to cut these all pretty tall because I can cut them down, right? If I don't need them this tall, I can always cut them down, but it's better to cut them bigger than shorter because you can't make them, right? Once you cut all that off, you can't fix that if you cut them too short. So All right, so I've cut 5 of them. I cut 5 of these off. Right, so I'm kind of gonna see now if I want to use these leaves or if I think they're too ugly. For the lack of a better term, are they too ugly or are they gonna add to my design? I might keep them in there because if I don't like them after, I can cut them off. But let me just see. We're gonna start adding in the back first, and that's gonna be too tall. So let's cut that off a little bit. We don't need it that tall, right? That looks pretty good there. Kind of in the grass is where I want these. I'm going to have them looking in different directions. No, I don't like these. So I am going to get rid of these. I don't like these. Let's get rid of those guys. And I'm going to bring them forward. I'm going to bring them a little forward so we can kind of see them, right? And then we're going to put another blue one over here. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm not looking at comments, you guys. Usually when I do these florals, I don't look at many comments. I'm just kind of concentrating on what I'm doing. So I'm going to put, let me see if I want another blue one or a red one. Let's see. Let's cut a couple more. Let's see what y'all are saying. Hi, everybody. Hey, Virginia. Hi, everybody. I'm deciding if I'm going to put these two here and then this one down here, or do I want to go with another blue? So that's my decision. I'm going to go with a red. I'm going with a red more toward the front here. So I'm going to cut that off just a little more. All right, so we have our basic design here, right? So we got four focal flowers, and what I probably need to do after is get my steamer out and steam these flowers, because they could use a little steaming, and I didn't steam them, but I could use a little bit of steaming on those. All right, so then what we have, you guys, is remember we have our red, white, and blue roses here, which I do want to incorporate some of those, and I also want to incorporate some of these roses as well. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do let's see, I think we're going to come in with some of these. Hopefully I can get them tall enough, a stem tall enough to go up the back here, right? Because we want some tall ones up there. Let's see if I can get it tall enough. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm just going to put them in here amongst the greenery, right? And I'm going to leave those leaves on. I'm going to leave those leaves on. And they do have a little bit of white here, which I kind of like, just to brighten things up a little bit. I can bring these stems up or down, whichever I want. Bring this in down here. This is going to come right down to the front here, I think. Okay. I have a pretty big tall one here in the middle, so I'm going to grab that guy because I can use his height for back here. Okay, now we're going to come in with one in the middle here. Okay, then we're going to come in with one right out the side here. We got this one on this side. I want one over on that side, but he just needs to be a little one. He just needs to be a little guy. All right, so now we have some color throughout, right? We got color throughout, so we're going to add some more florals in here now. And that is going to be probably these roses here. And we might come back and add a few more of these. I'm not sure, but for right now, I'm going to do some of these roses. And these were another Hobby Lobby rose. Let's see, I might want to come in with some red ones, all red. Let me see what I'm thinking here. See how we're starting to fill this in a little bit here. Just a little bit. Okay, so we're getting there, right? All right, now we are going to add let me think. Again, it's a work in progress, and I really don't make up my mind until I start doing this, you guys. I'm like, well, how about this? Well, how about that? So it's just a matter of what I think might look good, what might not look good. No, I'm not fond of that. So let's bring in some more white, right? So we got these white ones from Hobby Lobby. Let's bring more of those guys in here because I really like those. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully good. So I'm going for my tallest stem because I'm going to want to come back here with some of this, right? So I'm going to find my tallest stems in the middle of all this. And I think I'm going to keep this too, just for a little bit of contrast for the color, right? We got a lime green in here, which I really like. So, and these are pushers, so we can push these up a little bit. And then just start maybe filling in the back here. Right, because we can still see the board and we don't want to see the board. And this stem, yeah, see this stem isn't really, it's not real sturdy. So I'm going to go with my pick machine on this, you guys. And I'm going to use my pick machine so that this gets a little sturdier. Okay, so what that does is it puts this metal pick on the end of it so that it makes this stem sturdy so I can get it into where I want it to go, and then my stem doesn't bend. So that's what we're doing. I want this to go behind these guys, I think. There we go. That's better. Okay. Right, so see how that brightens that up back there? And I'm going to put another one down in here and then maybe up in here. So I made another tall one, kind of, sort of. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, we'll take the floral sticker off because you know we don't need that. And I am going to put a pick on this one too. All right, we're going to put a pick on that one. All right, so there's our pick right there. And I'm going to come in, I think, maybe over here. All right. Okay, now we're going to bring some of that down forward. So I'm moving all of this up because I want this to kind of go in here, and I need it kind of short, right? I need this to be a shorter stem. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm going to need it short, so I'm going to cut it off and put a pick on it. All right, so now I can just take that and stuff it right down in here. There we go. All right, just to kind of have that rose peeking through all of that. Spread these out a little bit. All right, so there we go. Put that one out here. Push this down just a little more. This blue one here. There we go. Okay, so there's that. All right, so it's looking pretty so far, right? Look how pretty that is. Now, another thing I want to do, that I said I want to do, was to add a little bit of yellow in here. Because you see how we have the yellow in these flowers here? I'm going to add a little bit of this in there as well. So let's see what we can do about that. And there's quite a few of these on this. So if you want, you guys, you can just separate these. You can move these up, right? And then you can separate it here, and then you'll get two pieces out of it. So I'm probably going to move these up because I don't need, or else make my own other pick, because I don't need this whole big stem, I don't think. But let's fiddle with it for a minute here. Let's see what we got. Let's fiddle with this. Let's put some back here. Right, so look how pretty that accents that, and then we're going to put some over in here. We're just trying to balance the whole arrangement, right? We want the whole arrangement to be balanced. Hey everybody, hi there. Yes, the rectangle board is to hang it. Yep, it will give us something to hang this on just like that. Yep, otherwise we wouldn't be able to hang this. Right? We would not be able to hang this if we did not have the rectangle board. That's going right in down like that, right? So we've got some here, and I'm trying to see if I want a big piece up there. I think I do. I'm hoping that I can find a piece that's big enough to go through there. This one looks like the tallest of them all. This one here. So let's see if we can get that to go way up here. Okay. I'll bring all these up as far as I can get them because, right? I want all these to show if I can. Let's see what we got. I got to get in here. Yep, see how that worked? That worked out beautifully. Worked out beautifully. So we can't see the board, right? We've managed to cover up the entire board, which is perfect. And I think I'm going to add a little few in here too, just for color. Just for color. So we'll take a little one here. We'll just take this, and I'll probably cut this one down since I don't want much peeking through here, just a little bit. So I'm going to take the rest of these off here. Oh, they got to come from the top. All right, well. Let's just cut that down. Stick it right in here, just like that, for a little sprinkle of color over there. Now, okay, so I also had a few of these guys, and I think I'm going to use some of these because I quite like them. So I got these little patriotic things here, and you can find these really, you guys, anywhere, any of the craft stores. I probably got these years ago at Hobby Lobby, or maybe Joann's, I don't know. Like I said, it was years ago, so I'm not sure. I might just add a few of them in here, just to put that in there, and maybe I might add one back here. Well, see. No, maybe that one's just the only one. That's the only one I have of that, so I kind of just want to put that there. So, another thing that I have here is we got this star, right? I've got this blue star, and I think I'm going to put, I don't know if I'm going to put that there or not. I don't know if I really like that. Or I think I'll put it on a pick and put it up like this. Kind of put it up like that. So if I pick this, I'm going to want to pick it in a corner here so that I can have it sitting kind of like that. All right, so let's see if we can do that. So then I remember I said that I got these skewers. I picked one of these skewers up, so I think I'm just going to stab this, like maybe in the back here. There's no, well, I guess this is the back. Yeah, I guess this is. So I'm going to take this pick here and make a space for this up in here. I'm going to make a space for that up in there. Actually, I want to keep the sharp end to put into our arrangement. So let me see if I can get this in here. It's going to make the hole bigger. Okay, so that should work like that. Let's see if it's tall enough. Yep, it's going to be tall enough. So I'm going to take this and just glue this. I'm going to glue this in here. I want to see if I have it tall enough. Yep, I do. So let's glue this. Just like that. And I also did pull some of this ribbon. Now, I don't know, this lost its space, so I don't know where this came from, but it's just a red, white, and blue starred ribbon, and you can see how nice it would go here. So I might just make a really simple bow to go in here with some things hanging down like that. So that will probably come on here as well. All right, so let's take this and let's stick it in our arrangement. Okay, so there's that. All right, so that's that. So now let's do our bow in here, okay? Let's just do a really simple bow, and I'm going to do that, since it's really simple, just on this guy here, okay? And I'm going to take another skewer, and I'm going to attach it to the bow so we can stick it down in here, okay? See if I can get you guys back up here. I think I lost you. And I'm going to probably put some streamers down in here too. Okay. So we'll just make a tail. Just make a tail here. See if I can find myself again, you guys. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the yellow kind of brightens that up just a little bit, you know. It really does brighten it up just a little bit. I might want to put a little yellow down there too, I'm not sure. All right, so we got a little bit of tail here. Actually, I'm going to leave a long tail because I'm not sure if I want to roll these or not. I might want to roll this up. Better put a little bit of our wire here. All right, so we're going to just take that wire and we're going to fold it in half like that. And then we're going to put it down through here like this. We tuck it back here and tuck it under here. And then we can work with our Bodabra, okay? Just like that. And again, this is not going to be complicated because I want all of the emphasis to be up here and not really on the bow. This is just an accent for that. All right, we just want some little accent for this piece here. And I'm probably going to do 2 ribbons on each side, and I probably have that at about 4 inches, I'm thinking. So all right, I'm going to take it out just to see if I like the length that I have. Yeah, I do. I like that length. That's really good. So it's okay, you guys, if you want to take your bow out and measure to make sure that you like the length that you've picked, right? Don't be afraid to take it out of this or whatever you're using and measure your loops to make sure that they're going to look good with what you're doing, okay? And it's just going to be a 4-loop bow, 2 on each side. That's all I'm going to do. There it is, 2 on each side. And then we'll just take this, cut this off longer, because I might be rolling these up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these tails yet. So, and then again, I'm going to incorporate a piece of this stick, I believe. I don't want to cut it too short. I can always cut it off if I have to. And then we'll just bring this up, slide these through here, bring it out. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to tuck it in here. And then I'll glue that. I'll glue that as well. I'll show you in a second what I did with that. I just turn it around the back here. Let's see if I can get this to work. Hopefully I can. That might not work, but we'll give it a shot, right? Roll that down in here, it'll fit in place. So there's our bow. All right, and I do have some stars that I can put in the middle of this. So I can just take this pick, slide it in here. And I do have some stars. I have a glitter star to put in the middle there. I just didn't bring it out. Then we got our tails. So if I want to, I can just roll this tail up. Right, I'll just roll the tail up. Just pretty whimsical, right? It's a pretty whimsical thing. I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll this in it. It's going to allow me for a tighter roll, which I want. And the same with this. It just gives you something a little bit tighter. All right, well, you get the idea. You all get the idea, don't you? You know what I'm trying to do, don't you? Just a little, kind of a little twirly whirl there. Or you can just cut them and dovetail them, whichever you want to do. So now, right now that we've got this, let's move this up a little bit. So now that we've got this arrangement, right? So now what we have to do is we have to take our pipe cleaner and we have to put this on the back. So I think you can put it here and here. I'm going to put it here, I think. Here and here, just a little bit wider, coverage here. So we're going to put this on the back. Remember, if we didn't put this on here, we would never be able to hang this. And we want to be able to hang this, so. Or you can use a zip tie in here, whatever you want. But so there it is. So this will hang beautifully against the door. So now, this is what we have for our floral arrangement using our rectangle board. Right? Isn't that pretty? What do you think, you guys? Thumbs up? You like that? Turned out really pretty, didn't it? for 4th of July. Or if you don't want to hang it, you guys, it stands all by itself. You can put this in your entryway or on your side table or wherever you want to put that, right? It doesn't have to, it does not have to go on a wall or go on your door or whatever. It can go wherever you want. And I love how whimsical these made it, right? I love these whimsical things on my arrangements. It looks really, really pretty. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate y'all coming in here. And I will see you guys in, any questions? I can answer questions. Anybody have any questions on this before I go? I think we've made it under the wire pretty good here. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you. I can answer any questions you might have on that. You all good? Super duper then. I'll see you guys in another couple of weeks for another fun project. Thank you so much for joining me on Facebook and YouTube.